Hello guys, and welcome to this EC Aquatics video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to set up an easy Dutch style aquarium for some tiny little Chili Rasboras. So this is a 3-gallon rimless aquarium right here, and it's much too small for the vast majority of fish, but there are these tiny little rasboras called Chili Rasboras that are perfect for this tank, for a group of 6 to 8 of them. So they come from the jungles in Southeast Asia with lots and lots of plants. And they're also bright red. So a nice lush planted tank is perfect to bring out their colors and to make them feel less skittish, and also very natural for them. So to do that, we're going to be setting up a Dutch style tank using a bunch of different types of crypts. And crypts are perfect because they don't require CO2 or a very powerful light. Like this light right here is a $15 light that I bought at PetSmart. It's good enough to grow low light plants like crypts and Java ferns and anubias and dwarf hairgrass and stuff like that, but not the greatest to grow like stem plants and other plants that require higher light. And we're going to be reusing the substrate from the last build that I had in this tank. If you guys want to check out that video, I'll pop a card to it right now. But we're going to be using this Aquasoil, and it is still full of beneficial bacteria, so it's going to give us like an instant cycle of the tank. And this is UNS Controsoil, if you're wondering, but sort of any type of Aquasoil works. And this is fantastic because it's full of nutrients, and crypts are very large root feeders. So using this really nutrient-rich substrate will help them grow faster. I'm gonna add in our filter and heater before I add the plants so that I can really hide them with planting. So we're gonna be using this little sponge filter that I had in the previous iteration of the tank. And we're just gonna stick it right back in the corner back here. And our heater is this little Aqueon, I think it's a 25-watt heater or something like that. Very, very small, very cheap. And we're also gonna stick that one right here, right next to the filter, just like that. So that way we can hide our equipment very well with all our plants. The first plant that we're gonna be using is Cryptocoryne Undulata. This crypt grows about, I think, 6 to 8 inches or so. So we're gonna plant it sort of in the mid-ground area of the tank. The next crypt that we're using is this Cryptocoryne Affinis. The next crypt that we're going to be using is Cryptocoryne Beckettii, and we're also just going to plant that all around the tank. The next plant that we're going to be using is this really tiny crypt called Cryptocoryne Parva, and we're going to plant this thing in the foreground. I'm also going to add in one little sprig of Crypt Wendtii green. I couldn't forget the most well-known of crypts, could I? And I'm just going to add that in somewhere near the back. And the last plant that we're going to be using for a little pop of red throughout the tank is this Crypt Pink Flamingo. It's a much rarer crypt, but it looks very, very pretty with the pinkish red leaves that give it its name. Alrighty, we're all planted, and don't worry that nothing looks very tall. All these crypts have been grown above water, basically, so they're all going to get a lot taller, except for the Crypt Parva, obviously. But once they settle in, then they will definitely grow and create a nice little jungle in here. All right, now we're going to fill up our tank. So the tank's now filled up, and the water is quite cloudy because I never cleaned out the Controsoil after I pulled it out of the last tank. So there was bound to be some grime and gunk in there that has now been released into the water column, but that should be removed by the filter very soon. So there we go. So our tank is now set up. So since the substrate was cycled and the filter cycled, there's no need for me to add beneficial bacteria into this because the tank is already cycled. I did add a dechlorinator, obviously. It has been about a month since we set up this aquarium, and it's growing in really well. All our crypts are growing in really nicely, and we've picked up our fish now. I've got 6 tiny little Chili Rasboras in here, and they're gonna get a nice vibrant red color, and I'll pop up a photo of what they're gonna look like up on the screen. And they're gonna be perfect in here. They only get to maybe an inch long maximum, and a group of 6 is gonna be just perfect in this little 3-gallon aquarium. So now let's add them in. So there we go, they've been added into the tank. They're gonna settle in now, and they'll be, as you can see, they're tiny compared to the tank. There's a cherry shrimp, for comparison, they're a lot smaller than the cherry shrimp even. And thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and I will see you all in the next one.